Soldiers of Shoot.
Oh, man, I can't even get into the open here. Soldiers of Shoot. I'm Daddy Cool AC. He's the Hollywood. The Blading for Truth, Jeff Edwards. I don't know how many hours we're going to be with you tonight, but we're going to be with you many of them. Hollywood, Jeff, my brother.
Dude.
AEW post show. How you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling. No words, brother. I mean, this show, man. This show.
All right, let's start there. Let's start here. Expectation exceeded.
Yes.
I gotta agree.
Yes.
I was cautiously optimistic, and dare I say nervous.
Yes. Yep.
They knocked it out of the park.
They really did, man. Like, before it came on, I think about 2 or 3 hours before the show started, I was actually getting, like, nervous for them. Like, I just was hoping that the feed wouldn't drop or the audio would be, an hour into the show going, like, things like that. And they did have a couple production issues, but it was like, dude, they destroyed it, man. They hit a home run. Easy. And right now we are, 24 hours past as we record this. Go on Twitter right now, and you will see people tweeting about this right now, dude. I just went on Twitter before we popped on here. It's insane. They dropped a nuclear bomb on pro wrestling, man, and total home run.
So, and I want to say this. When you're talking about a couple of production things here or there, let's put into perspective what they're pulling off here. This is not, territory era. Let me do this WrestleMania 1 pay-per-view.
Right.
There's really nothing to go on at that point. And let's be honest. In some ways, there's nothing to go on with the AEW blueprint. But in some ways, there is. Because whether they like it or not, and whether they want to be or not, the comparison, especially when it comes to the fans and the vocal fans, is going to be there. Mm-hmm. When they dropped WrestleMania 1, did they have, the machine with a stranglehold on the business hanging over them with this technology and all these expectations, and the Khan family and Cody and Kenny and the Young Bucks and being the elite and everything else? You can make the case that, like, they had no expectations. I would actually make the case that their expectations were probably very high.
Yeah.
People that wanted this to be great, you and I, and I'm sure DJ Staines and Bobby, the Electric City Saint, Steamtown Stunner, everybody on Soldiers of Shoot, people we know, friends of ours, family members of ours, wanted big things for this company, wanted a big first show for this company, and we actually cared about it. That's why we were nervous about it. It's true. Yes. And listen, you can nitpick about everything. And listen, I didn't. If I'm going to sit here and tell you, like, it's not glowing lights, everything was perfect. Mm. It will never be that. And anybody who's being honest will never be that. No wrestling show, no TV show, no entertainment form, nothing you do in life is going to be perfect. But if you could have a show that gets you excited about something, they did that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, since we're talking production already, just to kick it off, I just want to say, like, I saw some stuff on Twitter. People were complaining, like, I believe it was in the Sammy Guevara match. He did that. I don't even know what move he did, because you couldn't see it. I can't even, it was off to the side. But there were 3 quick camera shots, and that was obviously production. Let me tell those guys something. Yes, you have a gripe. Yes, Cody said in a post or in a pre-show at StarCast, they want to hear everything, even the bad. So if you want to, go ahead and talk about that, talk about that. But I'll tell you what, I will take a move like that, a quick camera cut, you missed the move. I'll take that any day. I'll take that 5 times a night rather than the Shield coming out and whooping ass and extreme zooms and the camera shaking on purpose. I can't watch that shit WWE does. And they do it constantly. You didn't get any of that. You got a couple mistakes, and they're fixable. Easily fixable.
Right. This is, listen, they took their first baby step.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be fair about this right now.
Absolutely.
They're taking their first baby step. And when you take it into context, I thought they did a stand-up job. Just getting general reactions, I don't know how you feel about it and the people that you've talked to, but the people that I've talked to, the people that want something different are very excited about this. The people that might want something different but are really WWE fanboys at heart seem to want to give. I'll give you this much. It was good, but yeah, the first half was better than the second half. Okay.
What?
No, listen. I'm just overall synopsis here. I liked the belt, but it didn't blow me away. Okay.
Oh, come on. That's the best. Dude, that's the best pro wrestling title since that Winged Eagle that the WWF used to have. I mean, come on. All right, yeah, all right. Stop. I'll stop. Go ahead.
We're gonna get there. I'm just throwing a few of them out there. I also heard, and a good friend of mine, you know who you are, shout out to you, and we were in a group text, and we personally texted because it got a little heated, said that they should have put the show at $20 instead of $50 because they would have got more viewers. And before we get into all this, I want to talk about this because I find that to be far from the truth for a lot of reasons. Social media being one of them, the TNT TV deal being another, and illegal streaming being the third. And here's what you have to realize in this sports world, and this is something the UFC has realized, and it's part of the reason why Brock Lesnar is available to the WWE. The UFC realized that pay-per-view is a dying breed. They could still utilize it, but we need to move on from it in a way. And they can utilize illegal streaming in another way. And if you have a deal with ESPN or you have a deal with TNT, even though people might illegally stream it, they're still watching it.
Like, to your point, like Game of Thrones, for example.
Thank you.
Apparently the most pirated show in history, right? They know, and they don't care because they know, like, a big portion of those people watching illegal streaming, they'll buy the T-shirt, they'll buy the coffee cup, they'll buy the whatever. So they're making their money back. It's just an extension of the body of the show. You know what I mean? They don't care.
The 8th season Blu-ray and 4K
right.
or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing about it. They know this is happening.
Yes.
It's not a secret. Again, before we get into the matches, I just want to bring up one other thing for you. Something interesting I heard with Tony Khan. The network they're going to be on in the UK.
Oh, I forget yes. What is it? ITV4, I believe.
ITV, yeah, it's pretty much a big deal. He said that he pitched this idea to them before he linked up with Cody, the Bucks, Omega, Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
So if all you out there, some of you, still think you're dealing with just a money mark who doesn't know anything about pro wrestling, you're wrong.
Cody's been trolling WWE pretty hard at StarCast and, during the show. So, yeah, he mentioned that somewhere, I think it was at StarCast, their TV deal is better than WWE's. WWE sucks. So I had to dig around to see why he said that. Apparently ITV4, which AEW is going to be on, is like accessible to 27 million homes, something like that. WWE's deal is on ITV, 2 million homes accessible.
And this is just the UK.
Just the UK. Yep.
So they're
on the bigger. Yeah.
Yeah. So WWE has 10% of their audience.
Yes, pretty much.
Right now.
Yep.
Okay. Yet they put a NXT faction in the UK. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Anyway, okay. All right. Well, listen, we're not going to, I think we're going to try to stick to the AEW and not bash, but some things may come up. And let's be honest, Cody specifically took some shots over the weekend, which we got to talk about.
Of course.
A couple other things I heard from Tony Khan and Cody before and after the show. Cody said after the show that Tony Khan timed the show in Gorilla.
I love this. Go ahead.
First ever time that he's actually timed a wrestling show. And he expanded on it by saying how difficult it is, to the point that Gerald Briscoe was the only one that was able to do it in the WWE for a certain amount of time because it's so difficult. Mm-hmm. So this is the type of guy that is leading them. Is Cody two and horns? Maybe. They're in good hands with Tony Khan, bro.
I think so, man. He comes off as a genius, in my opinion.
I like him.
Yep.
He's just likable.
He is.
He's very likable.
He looked so happy on that post show. Oh my God, did he look happy? It was like a complete success, and he knows it, and he's happy about it, and kudos, man.
You know what he looked at? He looked like the guy that sold something to his parents, put a lot of money into it.
Yeah.
He allowed the players to be who they are, and they made him proud and delivered. But Mark Henry and Cody had a very good back and forth.
Yes, they did.
During one of the pressers. But one of the reporters asked Tony Khan how his father felt after the show. His response was this: I know he liked it, he had fun, and the pay-per-view returns are good, so he's happy.
Yep.
Think about that. He said it. He was not asked the question. He brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
So they know more than we do. And Warner, who they side with, knows more than we do.
Yep.
So if they're fucking giddy, that was very genuine. That wasn't like
it was a genuine moment.
It wasn't like the Dana White, like, douchey, like, I'm fucking smarter than you, you're an asshole, I know what I'm talking about, like trying to sell you that we're giddy about it. That was legit emotion.
Yep. Yeah, and just to have, dude, this is wrestling, and the owner is standing there talking to the wrestling media.
As an owner. Not in gimmick,
right?
He just as a he at that time and place he was Jerry Jones. He was Tony Khan, the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. You know what I'm saying? He was John Mara.
Yep.
He was and he came off that way. And I heard people bringing up to him the fact that he's in high pressure sports, the NFL, soccer in Europe. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not a guy that doesn't take on challenges here. Granted, he goes where the money is. We could see that. So the guy goes where the money is, but he takes on challenges and allows people to be who they are. The whole thing. You
know what else he is too? He's a fan, bro.
Yeah,
he's a fan, and like he mentioned, and I believe when he says it, I've seen every pay-per-view ever. I just wanted to put on one of the best ones, and I think we did.
He said that more than once too.
Yeah,
he like doubled and tripled and quadrupled down on that statement.
Yep.
I've seen every wrestling pay-per-view ever. He said the words.
I believe him.
And basically, his big point was, I feel like we've put on the best pay-per-view since all the other companies went away.
Yep.
He almost to the point where he didn't want to brag.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Which I found interesting.
Yeah, he's an interesting cat. They're changing the game, dude. I mean, you would not only him, but you had Cody, you had Dustin. I don't even know who else. They all did post-game press conferences, and they weren't really in character. Like, where else have you ever seen that?
Society of